Hello and welcome back to Bits and Bobs. Today's video is the complete coinage guide of William III. We're going through all the coins minted under the reign of King William III in denomination order, starting with the smallest denomination, building our way up to the gold coins. We start off with the farthing, the smallest coin minted in his reign, and here it is. The reverse features a portrait of Lady Britannia, seated with a shield and holding a spear rather than a trident, holding her hand up to the sky with a small branch of leaves, and the word Britannia around her, with the date, in this case 1695, at the bottom. Moving on to the obverse, we see the portrait of William III. He is pictured here uncrowned and wearing a laureate and facing to the right, with some of his shoulders and clothing on display at the bottom of the coin and milling around. Now moving on to the halfpenny, the coin very similar to the farthing. As we can see here, the same sort of design of Britannia. However, there is a subtle difference. Notice the position of the arm of Britannia on the halfpenny is facing more downwards, and on the farthing is held up towards the sky. A very subtle difference in the design to tell a halfpenny and a farthing apart, obviously apart from the weight and size being the main factor and indicator. The obverse design though has no changes and is the same portrait, just as I said, a little bit larger. That was the copper coins. We now move on to the silver coins, which includes the penny, as at the time, pennies were silver. You can see here a very tiny 1 penny coin, weighing only half of a gram, but having the sort of Mondi style design, with the Roman numeral 1 crowned, the date inside of that, and the legend surrounding the coin. On the obverse we see a slightly different portrait of the king, with more draped clothing around the bottom, and is a bit less detailed as it's such a small coin at the time, with the technology making it harder to engrave such tiny detail onto a small coin. Now then, moving on to the Mondi coins. There were Mondi coins issued under the reign of William III, and here they are, featuring the usual style of design with the number in the middle, crowned, the date either side, and the legend surrounding. We see here the 1, 2, 3 and 4pence from a 1698 Mondi set. The obverse of all these coins feature the same portrait of William III that we see on the penny, both Mondi and circulating designs. And these old William III Mondi coins are now highly collectible. Moving on now to the 2pence. The circulating 2pence had the exact same design as the Mondi 2pence. As you can see here, they are pretty much indistinguishable. So now moving on to the next denomination, the 3pence or Threepence. Once again, this coin had the exact same design as its Mondi counterpart, same size and weight of course as well, and once again is pretty much indistinguishable from the Mondi coin. Moving now on to the 4pence, or groat as it was known. Here we see once again the final and fourth design of Mondi coin also circulated, so the 1, 2, 3 and 4 Mondi and circulation coins of those denominations had the same design. Now moving up to the 6pence coin, we can see here a new design, and a lovely one at that. We see 4 crowned cruciform shields. The top features the 3 lines of England, the harp of Ireland to the left, at the bottom the lilies of France, and to the right the rampant line of Scotland. In the middle there is also the English line in a sort of stylized border, and the legend around this with the date at the top, each shield crowned. Moving on to the obverse, we see here a new portrait of William III, very similar though, with clothing at the bottom once again, a cool hairstyle, and a laureate buried in there as well. And you can just make out this one is a bit worn, the milling surrounding the coin as well, to deter from clipping of the coin, as it was under William III's reign that all hammered coins became void. Now then, moving up once again onto the shilling, a 12pence coin. We can see here though it has stolen the design from the 6pence. The lovely design once again with the 4 crowned cruciform shields, about the lion in the middle, the legend around and the date at the top. The obverse is the same as well, however a few of the shillings are minted at external mints. This one we can see has a Y mint mark, minted at the York Mint. Most at the Tower Mint in London, but a few at branch mints. There are no florins as they were introduced in the Victorian era, so now moving on to the half crown. And once again it has the same design, albeit with a few alterations. We can see that the shields are more bulky, taking up more space in the coin and are sort of widened out, however they still feature all the same design elements. And at the obverse here we can see the same portrait of William III. Once again these coins do have some branch mint varieties. We can see here this one has an E for the Edinburgh Mint. This will add some premium and collectability depending on different mint marks. Now then, moving on to the largest of circulating silver coins, the crown. Once again, the same design, and although I agree it is a lovely design to use, however in my opinion it was a little bit lazy just to reuse the design, upscaling it for different coins. Nonetheless, this design on a big lovely canvas of the crown would be a great coin to own, or to have had in your change back in the day. And once again this same portrait of William III as we can see here. Now then, we'll move on to the gold coins of his reign, starting with the half guinea, the smallest denomination of gold coin. Here we can see, once again, a lovely design. However, it has been based off that design once again, with the 3 lines of England, rampant line of Scotland, harp of Ireland, and lilies of France, all within their own crowned shields. The difference here being there are sceptres in between each one. We can see here the harp of Ireland, the thistle of Scotland, the royal orb on the end of their respective sceptres. Moving up a denomination once again, we come to the guinea. The 1 guinea coin has a very similar design as the half guinea, and you may well at first think it has the exact same design, but we'll see in a minute it doesn't. One thing to note is the length of the scepters. They are shorter scepters as the legend takes up more space in a bigger font. If we zoom in here to the inner parts of both, notice the tail of the lion on the left and the lion on the right in the centre are slightly different. The guinea is on the left. Please feel free to pause and note any other differences and tell us in the comments below. Now moving on to the double guinea, we see once again the same design. We can see the central part with the lion in the middle and the border around it are slightly different, so technically it is a slightly modified or different design. What is very different though is the obverse of this coin. We can see here a lovely and beautifully engraved by hand portrait of William III. His hair here is very, very detailed, as are the leaves in his hair. A beautiful coin. The largest circulating gold coin ever, the quintuple guinea, a huge masterpiece, over 40 grams of gold, and would have been a great coin to have, to spend then or to own now. The same design graces this lovely coin once again, and a different portrait on the obverse as well. We can also see this coin being so large has a much more solid and strong circular border surrounding it. The buying power back in the day of one of these would have been about £1,600, so a coin reserved only for the rich. Please do comment down below any William III coins that you have in your collection. We'd love to know. And of course, please do subscribe as well while you're down there. Lastly, a big thank you to everyone for watching to the end. We appreciate it a lot. See you soon for more coins or bits and bobs. Bye.